It's so cold out today, my MFD's changing like slower and like not even really working. See how long it takes for that to change? -1. So the guy at the parts store was like, oh, you know, that's kind of half-assed, just running lights to a toggle switch. You don't want to do that. Then I brought him outside and showed him the wiring in the car. Like, this is factory, we've never touched this. And then he understands my point. Like, what am I going to do? Rewire the whole car? Like I did the hood hinge, the hatch hinge, the seat belts. Like, it's getting a little old. So here's the code that came up. Lamp for low beam, opener short tube, blah blah blah. I cleared it, it came right back. So I came out to take a better look after not being able to clear that code. And if you look right on the black wire there, if it focuses, you see where it's broken there? So that's right down to the copper right there. Alright, so here's the deal. I took the left headlight out, switched it with the right side after hitting that puddle, and the bulb and stuff worked, the igniter worked, so there's no problem there. I did find another wire that's bad up there. Alright, so here's the deal. All the wiring's bad on like every light in the car, so what I'm doing now is I've got a factory H7 in this outer housing here, which they don't belong in. And over here we have the halogen. So you can see the difference between the two, but what I'm looking for is to just independently wire up a right side low beam. You know, secure the H7 in that housing somehow. You wiggle it around better and you get a better view. It gets a little brighter, so we'll do that. Probably wire up 2 H7s independently to the outer lights, and then I'll run my center lights with the yellow H7s for high beams. And I would have showed you guys earlier, but I didn't have a way to film it. All the wires on the H7s are bad. I put tape on it just because I had to. It was so bad. So we're gonna put the yellow ones back in the center for now. So the next thing we can do is come in here, throw our switch for our LEDs. Shout outs to the guy who bought the Euro dash panel and toggle switch and volt gauge. Now I have to use the light switch. So here it is. So now we're running 4 H7s for headlights, pretty good. And it works. So that's what we're running now, right? And earlier I bought that little socket to go to the H7, but that was useless, so I returned it. Not a lighting expert, not an electrician. Gonna have to say, don't try this at home, because... So after driving with the new headlight set up for like an hour and a half, it's still good. It hasn't caught on fire yet, so not too bad, and it seems to be working. My half-assed wiring job is no worse than the half-assed wiring job VW did with it. But pretty excited that I got it to work for basically $0, because everything that I had was extra. So right now I'm just gonna finish my wiring job on these headlights. We have the red wires down here for fog lights. No change there really, except adding a light switch. And here we have our low beam lights on the outside, the H7s. And I have to make this black wire longer because I don't have enough, and it shuts in the door like every time I open the door. So just gonna rig this up, and you know, it'll be what it is. Alright, so I was able to cut a little wire off the yellow, add it to the black, so now we have, you know, proper wire to mount it somewhere on the dash. So before anybody comments on our switch setup here, is it half-ass and hack? Yes. Will I ever fix my headlights the right way? Probably not. Do I care about this car? Not really anymore. Over 143,000. So we have our halogen lights sitting here in the cup holder. Those will probably break and ruin the bulbs before I get the car fixed to actually power them, so I figured I'd show you guys before it gets dark how I have the headlights rigged up. So like I said, I just put the yellow H7s back in the center, factory H7s glued on the outside. I ended up cutting a little hole in this cap here so I could put the wire through and still put the cap on, but the H7s are grounded to the fender right here on each side, one to the fender bolt, and then just threw the positive cable up under the rain tray because, you know, who cares really. I just took a dab of industrial strength silicone on the outer rim of the H7s, stuck them in, they worked out good. For positive, we're just jumping right here to our battery terminal. So having the light switches like that and the wiring like it is just sort of like a temporary fix. Obviously I would do it better if it weren't like 0 degrees out, but yeah, it works for now. And you're not going to get pulled over for having a headlight out.